Top 10 Tips for Raising a Bilingual Child in Spanish.
Welcome to the Language Learning Market, where you can find the world's best educational resources in all languages. We're building a community of people who love languages and would like you to be part of it. If you haven't subscribed yet, then join us. Now let's learn something new.
1. Start early. You'll have a far higher chance of nurturing adequate balance in the child's bilingual abilities if you're proactive from the start. For 2 reasons. The period from birth until the age 6 or 7 is critical. Young brains are most primed for language learning during this time. And if the child attends primary school in the majority language, rebalancing the 2 languages becomes more difficult after that. Spanish teaching will become so much easier if you start early, as you'll be able to comprehend your child's learning patterns more efficiently. In other words, putting in the time and effort up front will make it simpler to cultivate and maintain the balance you desire throughout childhood. It's far more difficult to catch up with a minority language. 2. Get informed while setting up the goals. You'll be better able to promote your child's language development if you educate yourself on the issue of children and bilingualism. To expand your knowledge and thoughts, go to useful books, online resources, and other parents. For additional support and camaraderie, look for bilingual or parenting organizations in your area. Make a specific objective for your child's capacity to communicate in the minority language. Whatever your aim is, make it clear and make sure your efforts are in line with it. It's possible to improve your reading and writing skills, but you and your child will need to work hard to achieve this objective. 3. Adding more books to the library. Try to stock up on your child's favorite books in English, as well as the book of the language that you want them to learn. The book should be related as per the interest of the child. As it's easy for the kids to learn a new language, keeping the books of their interest by knowing what they're fond of is important. Books that translate from English to Spanish are really helpful once a child learns one language. These types of teaching resources will become very beneficial when you want to broaden the area of Spanish learning resources for your children. Keep a check on what kinds of books they love. It should contain storybooks, genres, and comic books that the child has an interest in. If kids would be able to create an interest in the type of book they read, then it would be easy for them to come up with their own ideas and words in the language that they're trying to learn. 4. Read aloud to your child every day. As to kids, we cannot generate interest in reading to them every day, but trying to show them how much reading is important and how fun it is can definitely develop their interest in browsing through these magical books. Showing them or telling them how reading is fun would create zeal in them to learn more about reading. Whether it's their bedtime or in between their daily routine, try talking to them in an informal way and inculcate to them your real-life experience of how reading has helped you a lot in life. And show them how much fun and exciting it is to read new things and how much value you learn from them. This will help them to learn new vocabulary every day, even when the child is old enough to try to read to them every day loudly. 5. Play music and sing songs. The effective way to teach your child a new language is by playing songs and music, songs or rhymes in the minority language, as it's proven that listening to music helps a child to learn the language in a much better way. A melody aids in the memorization of words and phrases that would otherwise be difficult for children to remember, and lyrics aid in the expansion of vocabulary. So this is the easiest and most fun way for them to learn a new language, by listening to their favorite songs every day. There is a song named Algeria The kumbaya-tinged song about a girl who finds happiness everywhere she goes. Repeats stanzas twice to help toddlers learn new phrases. 6. Watch shows or series. OTT platforms like Netflix or Amazon Prime have been the most sought-after industry. The pandemic has restricted people to their homes, which benefited the OTT platforms. There were several popular shows which aired on Netflix and Prime like Money Heist, Squid Game, and Breaking Bad. But an unusual factor which we can observe in recent times is the diversity of languages and cultures that people have been watching and accepting worldwide. Switching the audio to your desired language with subtitles is just one click away. This can be a great way to familiarize your child with a whole new language and culture. 7. Peer group. We all know how important the role of friends or peer group is in the character development of a child. According to a study in psychology, it said that you're a blend of 5 people that you are closest with. From the age that a child starts going to school and leaving home, he or she starts to grow and imitate people around him. Having diversity in languages and culture can not only give the child exposure to different languages, but also make him open-minded and culturally sensitive. 8. Make it fun and creative. Learning doesn't only have to be restricted to listening or reading. And when it comes to a child, one can definitely expect the child to read and learn a language. Teaching a child and an adult differs. One of the ways for making it interesting is knowing the child's interests. What do they spend most of their time doing? Playing with your child and inculcating the teaching of language in that activity can strengthen your bond and also enable your child to learn a language in a fun way. This can also impact the child's personality by making him more curious about learning new languages later in his life. 9. Learn American Sign Language. Making your child bilingual cannot be achieved solely from the child's efforts. The parents must also be familiar with the language and put in equal efforts at a young age, as that age is the most critical for the child's development. Learning sign language can be an effective way to teach your baby any language. Start signing the phrase or word, and then speak the language that you want them to learn. This method can prove to be the most effective when executed well, as it is a scientifically known fact that visuals are more powerful than audio. The child would be able to remember the sign and the word linked to it. 10. Talk to your child. No one can deny the fact that one is more comfortable and familiar with their own mother tongue than in any other language. Talking to your child in the languages that you want them to learn can prove to be effective, because no matter what language we learn, speak, or use later in life, we might forget that language if not practiced, but one can never forget the mother tongue, whether in use or not. These are some of the best educational tips we came across while finding the best resources to help raise a bilingual kid. We're aware of the fact of how difficult it can be for teaching a tender mind 2 languages simultaneously, and that's the main reason we came across this list, to help give you the most enjoyable journey of your goal of raising a bilingual kid. And with that, we've reached the end of this episode, all about the top 10 tips for raising a bilingual child in Spanish. Did this video help clarify how to raise a bilingual child in Spanish? Then get involved and let us know in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this one and found it helpful, please remember to leave a like on the video and to subscribe to Language Learning Market for even more amazing videos just like this one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe. We're building a community of global experts in communication, education and language learning. Join us by visiting our website www.languagelearningmarket.com and be sure to tag #languagelovers on any social media platform to promote your business or products on our social feeds.